Calypso is awake, as you can hear. Hello, hello! How are the ring monsters today? I went to feed the cat, and then the dog was like, can you feed me too? And I was like, fine. And then I fed the dog, and then the dog was like, I want to go pee. And I was like, oh my god! So then I let the dog out to pee. And then the cat was like, well, I don't want to eat my food if the dog's awake and staring at me. Good morning, good morning! Ah, thank you for the head pat. Good Mira Morn! Are we ready for Dark History? Let me let Calypso out because he's gonna scream the entire time. Come here, my little baby boy. Oh, where are you flying? Calypso already got used to the new working time. Yeah, as soon as my alarm goes off at 4 a.m., he's like, hello? And I'm like, you can still sleep. You don't have to wake up too. And he's like, no, no. I will wake with you. It's truly a circus over there. It is, it is, it is. You gotta have the circus animals, right? Good morning. It's 1640 here. 13, 14, 15, 440. That's not that bad. Hi, Mira. Pets her head. Hello, hello. Oh, are we ready for Dark History? I woke up a little earlier at 4. Yesterday was... Oh, where are you going? Okay, bye. Yesterday was so busy because I try to go to bed at like between 9 and 10 at least, so I can wake up at 5ish because I stream at 6. And yesterday I like stacked all my appointments back to back, and I got home at like 9. So, and then I did work, and then I went to sleep at like midnight. And then I woke up at 4 a.m. to try and finish everything. But we did it. We did it. Thank you for the head pat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you're feeling better. My throat... I think my throat feels okay. My nose is still a little bit... but my throat doesn't hurt anymore. So I think that's good. How are you feeling? I am good. Calypso said... to bad mother, it is time to wake up. Yeah, Calypso's like, excuse me. The Dark Circus History. That's right. Dark History is where I research a topic from history. Generally a not good one. And then I info dump it all on you so that we can both be traumatized together. Booked yourself a day trip minus the fun stuff. Yeah. And because I had to wait so long for my doctor's appointment, I didn't even get my blood taken. So, but he didn't make me pay for it, so that was good. He was like, this was a quick, like I was in and out in like 5 minutes. I was like, I need my medication renewed and I need a blood test. And he's like, easy peasy, just walk out the doors. Ow, why are you biting me? He wants attention. And then I went to see my therapist, and we had a good session, I think. It's interesting, like, trying to explain to her the internet. And she's like, that's a thing? And I'm like, yeah, that's a thing. I've told her so many cursed things about the internet, and she's confused every time. But I had a good session. We're working on my anxiety and my anxiety about leaving the circus, my agoraphobia. So, for the next month, I have to focus on like leaving the house and doing like little things like that. So that's what I'm doing this month. She's like, where do we start? She's like, so what's been bothering you? And I gave her this entire list, and she's like, so what do we want to focus on? Did you tell her you're a clown? I did tell her I'm a clown. Well, no, I don't think I told her specifically that I'm a clown, but I told her I do stuff online. Your voice is pretty. No one's ever said that to me. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Also, welcome in. We'll hold your hand when you're outside. Yes, please. I've been inside for so long that now I get scared to leave the house. I try to go to like the supermarket, but that's like my limit. Other than that, actually, even when I go to the supermarket, I take the clown mother with me. So, gonna work on that this month. Who knows? Maybe by the end of next year, I'll be a fully functioning human being again. Maybe. Probably not. Oh. There's these silly people on there. It's wild explaining Reddit to her. She's like, so what is Reddit? I'm like, come on, we're definitely the same age. Don't tell me that this experience is not the same as yours. But I'm excited for Dark History. I did lots of research. I think with Dark History, I know like bits and pieces about history. So it's more like filling in the blanks for me. And then I find other stuff out, and I always find cursed stuff, and then it leads to other stuff, and it's like, but I'm excited. Dark History is one of my favorite things to do. I love learning. After, oh no, not the lizard blink. Oh, not again. I don't know why that happens. Damn, we fixing perfection. We're just like polishing a turd. Did you see those you know how people were like making aluminium bowls and like rubbing them until they went shiny? You know you can do that with like dirt? You can make like shiny dirt bowls? That's me. Not the aluminium, I'm the dirt bowl. Oh, she doesn't know anything about the internet? Well, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, what do you do on the internet? You're not a part of any of the subreddits? Nothing? Facebook? Actually, I didn't ask her about social media. But I assume it would be the same. Have you explained why she shouldn't call cognitive behavior therapy CBT? I'm not doing... Well, maybe I am doing... Hold on a minute. I was gonna be like, I'm not doing CBT, and then I just realized I think she's just wrapping up our sessions into CBT, but not telling me it's CBT. Yeah, I think that was the only treatment plan they offered me anyway. I can only imagine your search history, Mira. Oh, it's weird. I have a separate browser for when I share my screen, even with like friends in Discord, because I don't want my Google to expose me. They mustn't know. It's in Japan. Yeah, the mud bowl, the shiny mud bowl. I mean, I feel like I could do it. Reddit is a place. Is it? So many people have bad experiences on Reddit, and I'm like, I'm just over here having a great time. I'm in the cybersecurity Reddit. What am I? I'm in the weird, what is that? The curiosity Reddit? What's it called? I can't remember, but it's like weird things. Like, you know, when someone has like a tumor, but they cut it open and it has like teeth and hair. I'm on that subreddit. What else? I think those are really the only ones I use. I go in there and like peruse it in the morning. Poke the clown. Don't poke the clown. Oh, is the poke one broken, but the head pat isn't? I'm sorry. I don't know why that would be the case. But thank you for the poking. If it's CBT, you know. I mean, how would I know? She was wearing, she had really pretty toenails. She always has nice nails. But she had pretty toenails last night. And she was wearing, like, sandals. Yeah. Oh, no. Did they all break now? They were working, like, 30 seconds ago. What did you do? What did you do? You broke it. You broke it. It was working. Oh, no. It's working again. Never mind. I lied. Okay. The ads must be glorious. YouTube Premium, baby. Don't use another account or something. Oh, you want me to switch between accounts? Come on. Come on, Jiro. You think I'm gonna do that? Sorry, please punish us for it. Oh, it's working. Yay, it's working. I could never punish you. Unless you want me to? Question mark? Good Mira afternoon. Good Mira afternoon. We can keep a secret. I'll keep secrets. That's a good song. I'll be a secret. You know the answer to that. Yes. The answer is always yes. Meow, meow, meow. Like a cat? Tech savvy Mira. Let's calm down. I think I am. For a clown in a circus, I think I'm alright. I can build PCs and servers. I mean, two of the most basic things. Mira is a foot. No, 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 no. But they were just shiny and pretty. And I was like, they match your nails. And she's like, yeah, I got them done. And I was like, ooh. Maybe next time I will also wear sandals. No, I won't. I don't like feet. Man, dealing with servers is not basic. Really? Really? I feel like it is. No? I feel like it's pretty standard. I don't know. Maybe I am tech savvy. But I'm not a foot bro. I'm not. They were just pretty. They were like super shiny. So my eyes immediately went. But I don't like feet, you know. Yes, please. You would say that. I always say yes to Mira. You're gonna have a foot off? Well, now I have to go get my nails done so they look as pretty as hers. She had like French tips, which I don't know, kind of basic. I don't know, this feels kind of basic to me. I might go get like blue nails or something. Something summery. Mira and her therapist, toes out queens. She sat next to me on the couch yesterday and I was like, oh my god. Usually she sits opposite me on her fancy chair. But she was like, can I sit next to you? And I was like, okay. Just two girlies hanging out. Honestly, that is what it feels like, really. It feels like chatting to a friend. Which is nice. Sometimes you can't open up to friends. Because, I mean, what are they going to do to help you? They're going to be like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. That sucks. Need to out-beautify her. Yes! Need to out-beauty her to show dominance. That's right. I always come in with a full face of makeup. She is a natural girly. She's like, oh, look how beautiful I naturally am. And I'm like, have you ever watched The Simpsons? You know that makeup shotgun? That's me. Hello, clown woman. Hello, hello. Good morning. Don't do it. She'll feel self-conscious about how pretty your feet are and she'll mind freak you. Do you think there has ever been a psychologist to do that to one of their patients? Just keep them mentally ill. That's what the clown mother says to me. She's like, what if they're just not helping you, so you keep paying them? That shotgun, yeah, that's me. That's the makeup I like. I like makeup. I like dark eyes. I like lots of mascara. I like a red lip. Hello, chat. Hello. Welcome in. First it's staring into her eyes, and now she's sitting next to you. What is this, a fanfic? She's fixing me. She's fixing me, I swear. I love the eye design in your model. Oh, thank you. These eyes? Oh, wait, these eyes? The lizard blink. I never realized how much I lizard blink. Thank you for the poke. Thank you. So hot. Something like that kind of happens in the movie Trance. Only with I can't be hypnotized. I've tried, but I've always loved the idea of hypnotherapy. Although I saw a documentary. Was it a documentary? It was a documentary. I guess it was kind of like Scientology, but not really. Where they were like inserting memories that didn't happen using hypnotherapy. And then other people that were there that could corroborate the story were like, that never happened. Winks with both eyes. I'm just a lizard in a human suit. That is the story of Brian Wilson in the 80s. His therapist's purpose... But why? I'm gonna write that down. Oh man, if only we had pens at the circus. I got one. If only we had paper at the circus. Oh, a sticky note. Brian Wilson, 1980. Was that his name? That's just a Doujin plot. Brian Wilson, 1980s. I was, my therapist was talking to me about like coping mechanisms to like distract myself from doing certain things. And she's like, what do you like doing? And I'm like, I like smut. And she was like, okay. I was like, I want to write smut. And she's like, okay. She's like, whenever you need to distract yourself and you need to take a 5-minute break, write part of your smut novel. I was like, okay. And she's like, and when you're done, I can read it. And I was like, no. Inserting memories. Yeah, it was like this thing where he convinced this woman that that her dad had been doing stuff to her. And her dad was like, what? I would never do that. And then they like were secretly recording the sessions and he was like inserting memories. So that he was like, do you remember this happening? And she's like, no. Like in her hypnotized state. And he was like, this happened. And he was like describing it to her. It was crazy. I wonder if I can find it again. Oh, dang, she's a fan. She doesn't know. Yeah, which inanimate object is featured. Exactly. I feel like that would be like another 5 sessions unpacking that. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. There's so many options. A bed. That feels like the most basic one. What else could there be? A can of soft drink. Ooh, fizziness. I don't know. There's so many options. Oh yeah, that stuff. Yeah! Thank you for the head pat. This sounds like a Black Mirror plot. I would say maybe, but I also haven't watched Black Mirror. Like I've seen like bits and pieces of episodes here and there, so I don't know. So probably not. But I'm pretty sure it was an Australian thing. And then I looked up the doctor and he was selling hypnotizing tapes. She wants to read it. I mean, I don't have to show her if I don't want to, but she did suggest it. That's crazy. Hello, Mira. Hello, hello. I think it happened in America too. We can't trust these psychiatrists. I wonder if it's just the hypnotizing ones. Because if you were awake and someone said that to you, you'd be like, oh, well, then I think about the girl on TikTok. the therapist one on TikTok, if you guys have seen that. It was like a 50-part series where she's like, he was seducing me. And everyone was like, I don't think he was. I think she made this up. And then she said that she had BPD and I was like, this all makes sense. That's like the start of a Doujin. I mean, that's true. You're right, it is. A 50-part therapist series. She was like, this is how my therapist gaslit me and made me fall in love with him by if you listen to the thing, he just existed. I don't trust anyone to mess with my brain except Mira. Trust me, I would be the best therapist you've ever had. How freaky. It's a freak show. Is this freak show going to get? Oh, I don't, not that freaky. I don't think so. I don't think that freaky. It's mostly dark. Mostly dark. But yeah, should we start? We do have a lot more slides than usual. There's so much information about freak shows, and I was trying to cherry pick, but oh my goodness, we could probably talk about freak shows for like the next 3 months. There's so much and so many performers. Why is there an I don't know if you've seen the was it graphic design fail? Oh, that's a Reddit I follow. Graphic design fails. But there was the therapist, and they put a space between the E and the R, and it just was like the rapist. And that's all I think about when I see the word therapist. No membership yet? No, not yet. Not yet, not yet. I'll let you know when. We should do something to celebrate. I don't know what, but we'll do something. The only freak we need is Mira's feet. Okay, well, my feet are nice. How dare you? I don't like feet, but I think mine are okay. I moisturize them. Oh, there's a lot of info. Means the researching went well then. So much info that I had to dump so much information. Maybe we'll do a part 2 one day, but Content. There's just so much. Ah. All right, let me set everything up in the background. I think I need to move over here. Boop. I love my room. Isn't it so pretty? Isn't it so pretty? I'm so in love with it. Would be down for part 2. Yeah, we'll see how we go. So I think I mentioned this before. So what? I'll come back in the middle. So what look at me. What I would love to do is do one live Dark History a month and one pre-recorded one. Drunk History seems like fun, but that's already been done. I'll find a fun way to do the filmed histories. I'll figure it out. But that's what we're gonna do. Conrad, thank you so much. Thank you. I still haven't figured out why I can't get sound on my alerts. I don't know. I feel like I need to email someone, but that's scary. I'll figure it out this weekend, I think. But yeah, so I'd love to do that. So we can do 2 Dark Histories a month, and we'll have one like as an upload and one as a live one. Hey Mira, hope you're doing well today. I am. I thought I was gonna be like really sleepy, but I'm kind of okay. Drunk History is a funny series. Yeah. I do. I probably wouldn't do it from memory. My memory is a sieve. A sieve? A sieve? A sieve? A sieve? A sieve. I feel like that might be a pronunciation thing. By the way, hello Mira. I'm also Mira. Hello. Welcome. Also Mira. But we'll figure it out. This month we might just do live ones because I need to find an editor. Or I can try and edit it. It probably won't be great, but maybe that might work temporarily. But we'll get that done. Your brain is Civ. I was thinking about Civ 6. Civ 6? I was thinking about Civ 6 yesterday. Yeah. Because we were like, when I was trying to figure out what I could do in those 5 minutes before we decided on writing stuff, she was like, can you play a game? And I'm like, none of the games I play are really 5-minute games. And frankly, they would just infuriate me, so... And then I thought about Civ, and I was like, that is like a 6-hour. Yeah, no, they came out with Civ 7. I haven't had that much time to invest into it. I do have it, but I feel like I just know Civ 6, so that's the one I would default to. Editing them might be almost as much work as doing them live. Yeah, probably. But I like the idea of having it like structured nicely and being able to show you like videos or pictures and stuff. Because I haven't quite figured out how to do that like live, if that makes sense. Because it would just be me yapping and then I'd like insert a photo, which I don't know if that works. Maybe that works instead of the slideshow format. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Because the Dark History I watch is kind of like that, where it's, yeah. Anyway, how are you feeling today? I'm doing well. What about playing Valorant? That's not a 5-minute thing. And once again, I'd be like, I can't stop playing on a loss. I can't stop playing on a win. I'm on a roll. It never ends. It's just a perpetual cycle. Battlefield games are very long. They're like 20 to 40 minutes. I feel like mine are always like 40 minutes, which is probably a good thing, but... Oh my god, I made it so big. Oh my. Oh yeah! The fighting... No one told me about the League... What is it? It's supposed to be like Street Fighter, right? Or Tekken? No one told me about that. I want to play that. I want to play that. I want to play that. I love Tekken. I love those fighting games. But it said 2v2. And I'm like, do I have to find a friend? Because like... That's a big ask. Tag Team League game? Is that what that is? Like the thing? Yapping is also a form of VTubing. I know, but... Yeah, that's true. I don't know, I'm just trying to find a good format for it. Everything but League, please. Oh, come on. You don't want me to get back into League? Yeah, I don't want to get back into League, too. That was a dark time. the CSGO League pipeline. Let's never do that again. Okay. Oh, it's too big. I mean, it's average size. Let me shrink this a little bit. We'll shrink this down and I'll move my giant head. What if I made myself smaller? Is that okay if I put myself here? Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, and for my next trick... oh, I just realized logistically this is a nightmare. Okay. I keep forgetting. Okay, this is also one of the reasons why. Because I have to have this up. And I have to have my notes up. Where'd I put my notes? And you know I had to do my notes twice because I didn't save them. I don't have autosave on my Word thing. And I shut down my computer because I usually use Google Docs, but I've transitioned over to using Word again, like the Microsoft suite. And I forgot it just doesn't autosave. Oh, honey! Hello, hello! Hello, I miss you. I love you. Everyone go check Honey Hanu. How do I get a link to your channel? Go to channel? Yes. Please, she does wrestling content and I've been learning so much about wrestling from her and it's been so much fun. And I saw you're doing a stream. Is that today? No, tomorrow. Today she's making lattes with breast milk. And tomorrow, the one that I really want to see is the singing while working out. That's gonna be so cute. The noises. The noises. All right, all right, all right. Oh, God. All right, all right, all right. It's Mira the Mayhem. It's me. You need to Pavlov yourself into saving every 5 minutes. No, I turned it on after that mishap. Because I'm not doing that again. But I do need to get into the habit of saving stuff. Fit for a cow, I get. What does that mean? Breast milk. Yeah, she's doing a stream where she makes... I'm assuming it's a game, right? Of course it's a game. She's not actually. Or is she? You might have to go check it out and find out. I will serenade you. Please serenade me. Hit that quick save. Yeah, I need to learn to do that. No, I'm really pumping. Oh. Can I have some too? Can you freeze it and send it to me? We could clicker train Mira. All right. Okay. Okay. Probably. All right. Are we ready for Dark History? Freakshows by Mira Mayheme. Because, you know, literal cow. Yeah, that's true. Real Hanu milk. Imagine Hanu ice cream. It's a business idea. All right. Freakshows! This is a photo of a cabinet of curiosities, which I didn't know was an actual, like, room. I assumed it was a tiny cabinet because that's how they portray it in movies. I didn't actually know it was a full-sized room. Perfectly normal stream. I mean, for Honey, yes. Also, her checkies for the wrestlers are adorable. I watch her while I'm at work. It looks like your room. It does! I live in a curiosity! A cabinet of curiosities. So long before freak shows became businesses, people were already like super into quote unquote curiosities and human curiosities. And in medieval fairs, they would have like jugglers and musicians and stuff for entertainment, but they also would have human wonders, like the dog-faced boy. Some of the names are just really, really bad. It does look like your room so pretty. Thank you. Very curious. curiouser and curiouser. So yeah, they would have jugglers, fire breathers, traveling musicians, and they would have human wonders. Yeah, so anyone that was quote unquote unconventional, there's gonna be a lot of quote unquotes. If you were unconventional in a sense, did you know if you were fat, you were also in a freak show? And when you look at photos of them, you're like, that's not that fat. But I guess back in the Victorian era, that was fat. So yeah, anything that was just not quote unquote normal at the time was considered a curiosity, and you're like a human wonder. Yeah, it wasn't a glamorous life for them. For a lot of them, this was like their only way to make a living by participating in freak shows and fairs. They were really out here just like, yeah, that's the one. Okay, so they did do that. We'll talk about that, I think, in a couple of slides, but that was a thing. We'll talk about P.T. Barnum. we'll talk about him. It was hard to be fat back in the day, apparently, I guess. I'm assuming the corsets, really. Like, I don't know about you, but if I wear a corset, it's very hard to eat that much. You can eat, for sure, but like, if you wanted to eat a lot, that's not happening. That's not happening. There was not that much food to get people that big. Unless you were a member of the royal family. Wouldn't that be funny if P.T. Barnum was in the time period of Henry V and just went there and was like, Your Highness, please join my freak show, you fat fuck. That would be hilarious. Anyway. So by the Renaissance, curiosity cabinets became the new trend, and everyone wanted rooms full of bones and shells and preserved animals. We'll talk about that. In some rare cases, you get like two-headed pigs and stuff. You can buy these. There used to be a show I used to watch. It was called like Oddities or something. It was such a cool show. And they had such cool stuff, and I was like, I want my house to be full of stuff like this. Henry VIII is a true freak too. He'd fit right in. I can definitely see him claiming someone got so much presents because they were nobility. Proof that you wear corsets. I don't know. How do I do that? Kaimani Clowny, hello. Thank you so much for the raid. You're just in time for Dark History. Hello, everyone. I'm Mira Mayheme, your runaway clown and escaped criminal. And I'm not crazy. I'm just dedicated. Welcome to the circus. Hello. Welcome. Like American Horror Story. So I was going to talk about that later, but American Horror Story Freak Show, all of the characters were based on actual freaks, quote unquote, from the past. So Lobster Boy, who we will talk about, the Siamese twins, who we will talk about. Did they have Siamese twins in that show? I can't remember. They had the little people, they had the strong man, they had the hairy face. I can't remember their names. Yeah. So that was a thing. Like the Elephant Man. Was the Elephant Man a part of the freak show? I don't think so. He was like, I just wanted to be treated normally. That's a good movie if you've never watched it. The Bearded Lady. Oh yeah, I think we're gonna talk about the Bearded Lady briefly as well. Poke the Clown. Thank you for poking me, huh? When I was little, I used to watch a show called Dino Dan. I've never heard of that show, but thank you for sharing. You are the best. Classy. Thank you. Mira's smile will light up even in the darkest corners. Why is everyone being nice to me all of a sudden? What is this? I'm trying to talk about freaks here. Yeah, so people started getting curiosity rooms. This is giving me very, I believe he was Merrick? Oh. Elephant Man was father from Dumbo. No, he wasn't. Elephant Man is Victorian. Oh, it's not real? I thought the Elephant Man was real. Obviously the movie exaggerated it, but I think he was a real person. I'm pretty sure. It's giving like Victorian vibes, because you know how the Victorians were like obsessed with like mummy unwrapping parties or having parties where they would be huffing anesthesia. You know, because apparently they were bored. They were doing little crazy stuff. But they were getting these rooms where they would fill with like preserved animals, bones and shells. Some of the preserved oh yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. Some of the preserved animals were like hoaxes where people would just stitch two animals together and be like, a mermaid, oh my god, that'll be $150, please. There's a real elephant man. Joseph Merrick, I see what you mean. Yeah, so that's what they did. The Victorians were, I don't know, they had a lot of money and a lot of free time. Bro just took pics with dressed up dead people like family portraits. They had too much free time. Well, I can, yeah. For death photography, I wish we could do a dark history on that, but then I couldn't be able to show you any photos. And I'm an avid collector of death photography from the Victorian era. Because I feel like they should have a safe home. But photos were very expensive, so the only time you would take a photo was after you died. People would finally splurge money after you died to take the photo, so people would have that. So they were like, well, we want to be in the photo with them, we're spending all this money. So they would like prop them up on these like a doll stand, but human sized. And yeah, and they would take their photos, and that's the memento they would have. They did it with babies a lot too. Those ones are just really sad, to be honest. Yeah, that's really cool. I thought it was just a myth. No, they actually did that. Just because photography was so expensive and it took so long. Hey, at least they didn't move. Back several years when I was learning English, the first books I read were The Elephant Man and Frankenstein, both the short versions. I mean, honestly, two great books to start with. For sure. I thought we were worried about the Victorian child dying from Taco Bell and they were out here huffing the good stuff. They would have like anesthesia parties. It was a weird time. They were also grinding up mummies and drinking them because they thought health benefits. I don't know. It was a weird time. I could be part of a freak show. No, you couldn't. Stop that. I mean, freak shows still exist in some capacity. There's a few freak shows that continue on. The Fringe Festival always has a freak show. But I think it's more not so shrouded in darkness anymore. It's probably all above board. That's the word I'm thinking of. I guess that was all new stuff at the time, though. Yeah, but I feel like if we discovered something now, you wouldn't be like, hey, let's grind up the dead guy and drink them. You know, I feel like, I don't know. But yes, so these curiosity rooms started to blur the lines between science and myth. And this was basically the origins of the freak show. Are we the leader of the freak show? No, we run it though. Public curiosity. This touches a little bit on asylums, which some of you may already know about the history of asylums. The freak show nowadays is called Twitter. Fermented people tea. No, no, no. I don't want to eat people. Well, cannibalism. You could make a point about cannibalism. But like, how do you like, what's the word? What's the word when you treat something well before you eat it? I can't think of the word right now. I have 6 a.m. brain. Damn it. Ethical. How do you ethically source human meat? This is the problem. This is the problem. Season, what? You don't want to eat people? No, no, no. I do want to eat people, but how do you ethically source people meat? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, we're moving into the 16 and 1700s. I have so many slides to go through. We're gonna power through this. So, in the 1600s and 1700s, showing off your curiosities became a way for people to make money. So they would travel with fairs and small circuses and like people realized, well, the people that ran those businesses realized that people were willing to pay to look at anything weird at that time, basically anything weird. And asylums also started opening their doors, and they were like, hey, in exchange for a fee, you can walk through the asylum. They did also, for an extra fee, you could have some personal time with some of the patients. But yeah, you could walk around, and people contain prions. But what if you don't eat the brain? Aw, come on. What if you cook it to a certain degree? Can you prions die? Oh shit, yes. Oh yeah, asylums, yes. I don't know. Maybe we'll do another Dark History on asylums, because there's so much to cover on that too. But they were not great places to end up. And a lot of the time you would just end up there because maybe you didn't have any family to look after you, or you asked for a divorce from your husband and they were like, this bitch is crazy, put her in. If you're a woman that enjoyed sex, you were also sent to an asylum, which I think is a crazy place to put someone who's addicted to sex, with a bunch of people that also are probably addicted to sex. I don't know. It just not the best. You did not want to end up in an asylum. Also, asylums got paid per patient by the government in most cases, so they never wanted people to leave. So even if you had like a bout of depression and you were feeling better, they were like, you're not well yet, so that they could continue to get the money. Or if you died, they would not tell anyone you died, so that they could keep claiming the money. Lots of ladies were thrown in asylums for hysteria. That's right, they were. And they were like, she's hysteric because she ovulates by the cycle of the moon. Everything was lunar related to women and their hysteria. One of the hysterias being, my husband is cheating on me, I'll kill him, put her in the asylum. Also, some before like divorce was like more commonplace, some men would just drop their wives off at asylums and be like, she doesn't want to cook or clean, she's crazy, and then they were free to go off and get remarried. Yeah. But yes, so they used to charge people to walk through the asylums and look at all the people. And when cities started getting bigger during industrialization, people wanted cheap entertainment, and you know, movies and stuff weren't a thing. So freak shows were perfect. People wanted to see things weird. They were cheap to run. You could travel with them pretty easily, and people would always show up, especially if you were visiting a new town. So the talk about therapists making people worse was foreshadowed. Ah, man, nothing changes. The 1900s sound like heaven. Yeah, sure. I think I have a photo on the next slide, so don't worry. So by the 1800s, freak shows weren't just a side attraction, they became full-time business. Did I spell businesses wrong? I think I did. Ignore that. Promoters started building like whole careers of finding people with rare conditions and inventing wild backstories. You're like, what do you mean by that? We'll talk about it a little bit later. But they would basically find the dog-faced boy. They would find they found the young boy that had like, what's that condition where you grow hair a lot on your face, like your whole face is covered, and they called him the dog-faced boy and said he was wild, and they would make him bark at the crowd. So, you know, but yeah, they would go around, and if they heard something like, I heard there was a little person living in this city, they would send someone to the city and offer them money to come join their freak show. Yeah. In Reverse 99, is that a movie? Hysteria was mentioned because the character was wrongly convicted by doctors that she was born hysteria. Worse, doctors tried electroshock therapy on her, which is dangerous. Yeah, that happened a lot. The hot baths, the electroshock therapy, the lobotomies. Famously, one of the Clintons? Not the Clintons. Not the Clintons. Oh my god, now my brain's not. The Kennedys. She was always very morose, so they gave her a lobotomy, and they were like, she wasn't depressed anymore, but she was in a wheelchair and she really didn't have any emotions. So, you know, I guess it worked. again, that's another side. That's another tangent to Asylum. And they would put these people on posters, and they would write like crazy things on it, like scientific wonder, savage. They used the word savage a lot. Wild was another word they used a lot. We'll look at an example of a poster in a second. Histories, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Welcome. I hope you enjoy some dark history. And so when they started promoting these things, that's how Bibu, hello. So people started viewing people with disabilities as less medical conditions and more like, what's the word? More like freaks of nature to entertain them. They were seen as lesser people. That's what I should have said. They were seen as lesser people and more as entertainment. Werewolf syndrome. Yes, we will talk about that. Thank you. Hypertrichosis. Thank you. So much for the Age of Enlightenment. Oh, they were enlightened by money. Yeah, people began to see medical issues as entertainment. Exactly. So we removed the emotions, and now they don't seem sad. Yep. What are we talking about? We're talking about freak shows. So this is a photo of an actual freak show. I wish I could read what was here, but it looks like $5,000 reward if you fail to something. Betty Will, the genuine double body. Oh, this, the four-legged woman. Also, I mean, I think we'll talk about it later, but a lot of these were not real. A lot of the fat woman, fat man attractions were just like, I mean, they were slightly overweight and then they would pad them up to make them look bigger. So, you know, they were kind of lying a little bit. Hello, favorite clown. Hello. Liberty for all, except for fat people and women. Yeah. All right, now we're talking about P.T. Barnum. P.T. Barnum had one of the biggest freak shows in the world. If I am correct, it's now where the New York financial district is. So that's how big it was. It covered basically the entire financial district. It was huge. He did go on to start a circus after this, but his main thing was freak shows. And this is one of the posters they used to make. So greatest show on earth. He was pretty, I don't want to say, he was pretty self-absorbed. How's the day treating you, Mira? Very well, thank you. Where to join the freak show circus? I don't think you really can anymore, but sure. You can still join the circus for sure. General Tom Thumb, which we will cover, and his magnificent miniature equipage. Tom Thumb was very famous and made a lot of money. Marvel at the exhibits, gasp in amazement at the wondrous curiosities, a 5-ring circus of mythic proportions, the astonishing and horrific Fiji mermaid, and Jenny Lind, the Swedish nightingale. Circus! It's Hugh Jackman? Yeah. I haven't watched the movie, but I was like, I feel like they probably didn't cover a 90% of what P.T. Barnum did. He wasn't the best person, but he was known to pay his talents an okay wage. Some of them became quite wealthy because of how popular they were. But, you know, yeah, a lot of disabled individuals during the 1700s to 1900s were seen as lesser than, yes, which is honestly upsetting. It's amazing to see how lots of nations are trying to investigate and advocate for the lives of disabled individuals. Absolutely. Is my guilty pleasure movie. I know it's not historically accurate. I know. They did, yeah, they definitely edited it. They made him very sympathetically, yeah. Yeah, he was a cold-hearted businessman. He knew what to do, so. Director straight up said it's basically how P.T. Barnum would have told his story. I see. Well, that's a good cover for them then. Yeah, I haven't watched it. I don't like musicals, but I've heard some of the songs and they are good, so fuck me, I guess. He might have been disloyal to his wife, but he's all right. Trust. There was a lot of the darker stuff. A lot of freak shows did dabble in a lot of racial stereotypes and things of that nature, like calling people savage or making them dress like what they believe a savage person would look like, and just sort of, it was just a thing. But generally people are just, generally the movies gloss over that and you're like, well, hey, you might as well just say it because we know it happened. But it is what it is. Okay, so Barnum didn't invent freak shows, obviously, but he absolutely perfected them. His American Museum in New York City became one of the biggest tourist attractions in the country, and he traveled constantly looking for new performers and new curiosities to feature. And the moment he found anyone, he would like write a massive backstory about it and offer them a bunch of money to come join the freak show. So that's a thing. And his strong point was marketing. He was so good at marketing, and I mean, we'll talk about some of his the Fiji mermaid over here, which didn't exist, that he made up. It was a really interesting time because there were so many freak shows that were competing against each other, so they would constantly try to one up each other. So you can imagine there was a lot of fake side attractions. And he would have thousands of visitors every day, which is a lot if you think about it, especially in that time period. Like, could you even get thousands of visitors to an event today? Would be really hard. To do it daily is insane, but I also suppose there was nothing else to do at the time. But he turned freak shows into mainstream entertainment, and of course, people wanted to copy him and make that sweet, sweet freak money. And now we'll go into some of the stars. First up is General Tom Thumb, Charles Stratton. So he discovered him was a kid and actually trained him in singing, comedy, and dancing. He was very well trained. A lot of these people that we will talk about were very skilled. They spoke multiple languages, they sang, they did comedy, they danced, they could entertain, but people are just like, hey, that woman has a beard. So, you know, people came for the show but left only talking about the freak, which is sad, I suppose. So yeah, he trained him in basically everything he needed to hold a stage, and he didn't just become famous, he became internationally famous. He performed for kings and queens, and he toured the world, and he made so much money, a ridiculous amount of money. And he got married to a countess who was also what is the correct terminology here? Also of the same stature. And it was a full media event at his wedding, and P.T. Barnum covered the cost. To be fair, he probably made so much more money back on that. But he had audiences at his wedding, and there was endless coverage, and then they could sell the photos and tickets. It was a whole thing. And they sort of packaged it like a fairy tale wedding, and then they had a baby, which is kind of cute. Yeah. But he turned his performers into celebrities, and especially during this time, an international celebrity is pretty impressive. Glad it worked for the guy. Yeah, a lot of people didn't have any other option, so they probably made a living, but very few people became ridiculously wealthy. But we'll also talk about someone else who became ridiculously wealthy. Chang and Eng Bunker, the Siamese twins. When I was researching this, I was looking for photos, and they made a movie on Disney, I think in Thailand. I didn't know what the language was on the poster, but it was an experience. I saw the poster and I was like, what? I don't think it's on Disney in America. It was called Disney something. So it's definitely East Asian. And it's one actor that I don't know if he's an actual twin or if they just duplicated him. I don't know if it was one of those weird things, but it was a choice. It was a choice. They ran a plantation. Oh, yeah. Oh, I was going to add something in here. I was going to switch those 2 dot points, actually. But, yeah, so Chang and Eng, the conjoined twins from Siam, started out touring with P.T. Barnum. But after they got really popular, they actually quit. So they graduated from P.T. Barnum and went independent. And they became very, very wealthy. And honestly, at that time, being an independent freak show act was super uncommon. Usually you would be tied to a circus. Graduation, no. Not the dreaded G word. Yes, they graduated from P.T. Barnum and went solo. They went indie. Did you know there's a movie called Freaks, which was made by the same director as the 1931 Dracula movie? The movie Freaks tackled the concept of freak shows, oddly enough. I did not know. That did not show up in my radar. I wonder what year that's from. I'll definitely look it up because I do like the old Dracula movie. 21 children. Yeah, so. I think there's another slide where you can see their children a little bit further down in the slideshow. So yeah, they split off, handled their own bookings, went independent, became very, very rich. They married 2 sisters and had 21 children and went on to own a plantation in North Carolina. Okay, listen. I have questions. So they married 2 sisters. Go off. Good for you. They had 21 children. Now, how did the sleeping arrangement work? Did they like 4 in a bed? Was it like one night? Was it like, cause like, would you be watching while the other one was doing it? Was it a poly situation and we didn't know? No one knows that it was a poly situation. Like, what do you think the 21 children were for? I don't know. Maybe they were trying to double up on the Siamese twins. They're like, hey, freak show money. They became wealthy through their own shows and smart business decisions, which I believe the smart business decision was buying a plantation in North Carolina and retiring. Hey, it worked. The family tree about to be confusing as heck. I found a photo of their descendants, and it is massive. So, like a modern day photo of their descendants. Let me see if I can grab it. Hold up. Chang and Eng Bunker family. Yeah, so this is a recent photo. Well, recent, quote unquote recent. It was surely in the 21st century. Don't look at that. I'll just drag it and drop it in here. Oh, that's tiny. But anyway, that's all of like his offspawn from his 21 freaking children. That town is their town. I feel like this is the town where you get your you get a blood test before you get married. So you don't accidentally marry your first cousin, because there are so many of them. Even if each of them went on to have like 2 children, and then those children went on to have 2 children, yeah, it's a pyramid scheme. They invented the pyramid scheme. They are the original pyramid scheme. 21. Yeah, 21, Hanu. How many children can cows have at a time? Just 1, right? Maybe 2? That's the whole family lineage. That's only some of them, not all of them. Imagine going to dinner and then, by the way, we're distant relatives. Imagine doing a 23andMe. Is that what it's called? 23andMe? And just getting a million alerts. Don't pick a fight with anyone because you'll fight the whole bar. Hey, Miss Mira. Hello, hello. Where family trees are circles. Yeah, there's gotta be. I wonder what happened to their wealth. Barnum was the OG Uma Masumi tree. Raising stars and then making them stallions. Yeah, I guess so. Yep. 21 children, got a plantation, made a lot of money, and lived out the rest of their life with their sister wives. Just one, but twins are rare. Total cows can have is 8 to 12. In their lifetime? That's not that many. I love cows. They're so friendly. Also, marrying sisters is crazy. But, hey, who am I to judge? I don't have 21 children. I have 70. Did anyone check on the children in the mines? We should just close up that mine shaft. Cow lifetime is short. Beef needs to be cut. I don't think they married cows. What do you mean by that? They shared the same housing complex, I think. Well, I'm confused. Well, yeah, anyway, that was my question was mostly logistics. Like, how do you do? Thank you so much for the raid, Maximo Man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My main thing was like the sleeping arrangement. Is it like you know those guys that have like multiple wives and they're like, I do 1 week with this person and 1 week with that person? Is that what they did? Like, how are you like hanging and banging? Hello, Hatsuna Freak. How dare you? Hello, hello. The children yearn for the mines. Yeah. They got it down there. Yeah, they'll be fine. Fallopia will lead the troop. It was like wrestling match, Mira. Fatal 4-way. Yeah. Yeah. You would be thinking about that and how that. Yeah, you would be well, you can't tell me you wouldn't. All right, now we're talking about Jojo, the dog-faced boy, also known as Fedor Jeftichu. Jojo was born with hypertrichosis, which made thick hair grow all over his face and body. So instead of being presented as just like a normal person with a condition, Barnum was like, he's a wild boy from Russia, and they made him bark and growl and like pretend to be a dog for the audience. It's kind of demeaning, huh? But I guess if you're getting paid, and if that was your only option to make money, and if your parents sold you to P.T. Barnum, yeah. I saw him in Addams Family. That's cousin It, I'll have you know. He has a name. Steel Ball Run must have had a crazy ending if that's what the new JoJo's part is called. Did he buy a plantation and marry his sister? Married sisters? No, unfortunately he wasn't as lucky. Damn. Despite being marketed under a false identity, he became one of the most popular acts. But he never got to grow out of the dog-faced boy persona. So anywhere he went, he was just known as the dog-faced boy. Even if he wasn't performing, they weren't like, oh, hey, Jojo, or hey, Fedor. They were like, hey, it's a dog-faced boy. What do you want? I'd like a milkshake. You can talk? Damn, no woman liked him hairy back then. I actually don't know if he went on to get married. I don't know how long his life was, actually. He lacked a top hat. That was the problem for sure. They're like, no top hat, no entry. All right, we're talking about Pinhead. So if you watched American Horror Story Freak Show, you're probably familiar with the idea of pinheads. This is probably one of the darker examples of freak shows. So Zip was a performer whose entire identity was constructed for the stage. He was sold as the missing link in evolution. Oh god, I'm laughing because it's awkward. Obviously not true. But audience loved it. So he wore a tight suit and a pointed wig to exaggerate his appearance. So this is what I was talking about. Sometimes it was completely fake, but generally they would just accentuate the features, exaggerate the features you already had. So with like the fat women, they were already fat, rotund, but they would plump them up with like cushions and stuff to make them look plumper. So in his case, they would make him wear like a super tight suit and a pointy wig to make like to exaggerate his pinhead. And his act mostly involved dancing, whistling, and being a clown. No, why do I have a pointy hat? He performed for 60 years. And he became a long-lasting icon at Coney Island. Coney Island. I've always wanted to go to Coney Island. But again, he was kind of locked into this persona that he could never shake. One that was created for him by the marketers. Yeah. They also made him wear this, I guess it's sort of like a ghillie suit. I don't know. And they made him sort of dance around in this weird ghillie suit, and it was, yeah. Zip the Pinhead reminds me of Pepper. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Pepper was based on, so all of the freaks in American Horror Story Freak Show were based on actual talents in that day. Is Mira our circus Pinhead? No. You will never see me bald. All right. So, I mean, yes, it's easy to assume freak shows were always exploited, and honestly, most of them were. But some made a lot of money. We talked about Tom Thumb and Chang and Eng, and they earned more than most Americans ever would in their lifetime. Do you think people realize some of it was fake? I don't think they cared. Even if they did, I don't think they would have cared, honestly. They were like, hey, a freak. I don't think it was like an entertainment thing. You would just go for a day to the museum and look at everyone. Yeah, I don't think it would have mattered. The real key was the plantation. The real key was the plantation and the broadcast wedding. Tom Thumb was like the Kardashian of that time. Their shows were packed and they toured internationally, and they had merch long before merch was a normal thing. I'm telling you, the Freak Show's kind of like a VTubing company. But with all that money, there was more on the line. So, excuse me, a lot of the companies or circuses they worked for, the managers were overbearing, and they dictated what the performers did, where they went, what they wore, what they said, who they could be, what their lore was. And some acts did become wealthy, but they never really got their freedom, except for Chang and Eng, who were like really the only people that managed to go solo and be super successful. A VTuber group with a freak show as a concept would be fire. It really would. Write that down. Don't call yourself out like that. Ah, how dare you? All right, now we're talking. Oh, sorry. This is a photo of Eng and some of his 21 children. This is one of his wives over here. This is the other wife. And these are some of all their children. The haircuts are crazy, mind you. Children. Who the hell is that? Who is that? That looks like a demon. That looks like a demon holding a baby. Do you see that? That's terrifying. I don't know what that is. Maybe another child. I don't know. Eng and Chang were starting their own VTubing company. What do you mean? Look at all these. They had 21 performers. If you're the ringmaster of the Freak Show, VTubers, you'll get to use whips on your collar. Well, let's not. Let's get those numbers up. So P.T. Barnum created the Fiji Mermaid. The Fiji Mermaid, I have a photo of it on the next slide. Actually, we can look at it while I talk about it, I suppose. The Fiji Mermaid. So Barnum loved these sorts of oddities, and it was his most famous one. It's a small mummified creature that was actually stitched together. It's half monkey, half fish, and he said it was a genuine discovery, and people believed it because at the time they just really wanted it to be real. I've heard of the mermaid. Yeah, it's pretty popular. I think these come up a lot if you collect oddities or you're into the world of oddities, these turn up a lot because it's just a super popular one that people want. The jackalope was one of those sorts of things, right? Yes, there's a lot of them. He also promoted a woman as a 161-year-old nurse who supposedly cared for George Washington. None of that was true, but people were like, what a fun story! Let's go to the freak show and see the 161-year-old nurse and the Fiji mermaid. Yeah. They also had a bunch of deformed animals, which, I mean, very rarely were they real. It's very rare to like give birth to a two-headed cow. It does happen. Those ones are very expensive because they're so hard to come by. And generally, well, I don't know if they still are anymore. It would kind of be sick if they did. But when it would happen, they would be killed. Like the two-headed duckling would be killed and put into a jar so that they could sell it in formaldehyde. But generally speaking, most of the two-headed things were just like taxidermy experiments where they stitched two things together. So, you know, they were open to lying for that cash money. The cow ones are less likely, but it's more likely in reptiles. I've seen cow ones. I've seen reptiles. I've seen ducklings. What else have I seen? I think those are the ones that you see a lot. But if you ever buy oddities, generally they will have been x-rayed to prove that they're not just two things stitched together. There was that one chicken that survived being beheaded. Okay. Okay. All right, we're gonna talk a bit more about the darker side. So Julia Pastrana had a tragic story. She was born in Mexico in the early 1800s with hypertrichosis, much like our dog boy. And she had a gum condition, and so she had a very specific like facial structure because of it. But she was taken by managers and promoters to be a freak in a freak show, and they built this entire story around her like they did for everyone else. They said she was a bear woman. Oh god, they said she was a bear woman. But she could sing, she could dance, and she could speak multiple languages. But people really didn't give a shit. They only wanted to see the bear woman. And I mean, the darkest part of this is when she died, she passed away during childbirth, and instead of, you know, burying her, her manager, who was also her husband, had her body and her son's body embalmed and put them back on display. He was like, this bitch is dead and she thinks she's gonna stop working? Not on my watch! So he embalmed both of them and put them back on display and toured their bodies as exhibits for decades. And at one point, they even ended up stored in a warehouse, forgotten and decaying. And her remains were passed between institutions, and about 150 years after all this, she was finally shipped. She was flown back to Mexico and finally buried. Her family buried her in 2013. So you know, don't marry your manager. Hey, a warning for VTubers out there. Sorry, that's so fucked up. Sorry. That's so funny. That's just that Sigma grind set. God damn it, Mira. I'm sorry. There was also let's change course. There was also I just remembered this, but I feel like there was this mummy or a skeleton. I think it was a skeleton. If anyone knows this story, I believe there was a skeleton that was used in carnivals until like fairly recently, like mid 2010s, and then they realized that that was the skeleton of someone who was missing, or like a freak show performer back in the day. Does that sound familiar to anyone? Let me see if I can find it. It just popped into my head. Skeleton in there was real? You want to get haunted? That's how you get haunted. Yeah, a skeleton was featured in a carnival sideshow. And a real mummified body was used as a prop in a movie. Ooh, no, not that one. There was a sideshow. Yeah, I can't remember. I remember reading in the news a while back. Yeah, it was fairly recent. And his skeleton was still used in like sideshows. And then someone went, is that a real skeleton? Oh, here it is. How a real corpse ended up in a fun park spook house. Yeah, here it is. So, it was 1976. They were preparing to shoot on location at Pike Amusement Park in Long Beach, California. Steve Austin, blah, blah, blah. A $6 million employee spotted a mannequin hanging from a noose in the corner. He reached for the mannequin's arm and the arm broke off in his hand. Looking at the dismembered limb, the worker was astonished to see what looked like bone beneath layers of desiccated skin. This was no mannequin. This was a man. The hanging corpse in question was once Elmer McCurdy, an outlaw who died in a gunfight with police 65 years before being found in the funhouse. Police pursued him and ended up killing him in a shootout. His body was taken to a funeral home, but no one claimed it. Seeing a money-making opportunity, the Undertaker embalmed him and allowed visitors to view the preserved corpse. Yeah. If they placed a nickel in its mouth, that's hilarious. Oh my god, they used him as a money tin. That's like that spelunker. That's a not so fun house. I would be traumatized. I don't know how that guy went to work the next day. Elmer McCurdy is the name that popped up. Yeah, that's insane that you're just like, how did he get to the fun house? I assume he was just sold and people at some point people forgot it was a real body and assumed it was like a Halloween decor. I know that one from Salmonella Academy. Oh, I don't know what that is, but I will check it out. Crazy. Yeah, it's always about money, but that's kind of funny that you like put the money in his mouth. Smart. All right. That's the story of Julia. Very sad, but I'm glad she's finally been She's finally been laid to rest. The Lobster Boy. Grady Stiles Jr. was an asshole. We'll talk about that. So Grady Stiles Jr. was born with ectrodactyly, a condition that gave him claw-like hands and feet, which is how he got the stage name Lobster Boy. I'm sorry, I think every time I read that I think of It's Pigeon Boy, if anyone remembers that cartoon. He grew up in a family that had performed in freak shows for generations, so the sideshow world wasn't just his career, it was his entire identity. He became infamous for being violent and volatile and terrifying to live with. And his legs weren't fully functional, so he moved using only his upper body, which made him really strong. And he was an alcoholic, and he had a really bad temper, and he was really abusive to everyone around him, especially his wife and children. Yeah, it was kind of dark. He's got a dapper haircut. You're right, we should forgive him. You're right, maybe he's not so bad. So over the years, his violence got worse, and there was physical abuse, threats, and even murder. His family tried to escape him multiple times, but they couldn't. And eventually, his wife and son hired someone to kill him. And honestly, when it happened and they were like doing the interviews and stuff, no one was upset by it. Like, this guy was such an asshole to everyone that no one was sad when he died. Which, I mean, that's a kind of sad freaking life. I guess he was angry at the world. Yeah, so they had him murdered and everyone was like, oh no, what? That's so sad. Oh no. But yeah, he became one of the most infamous figures in freak show history. And not because, you know, oh no, he was in a freak show, that's so sad. Because he was a horrendous person that would beat the shit out of everyone. So, you know, his experience. Imagine being hated so much that they had to hire someone to murder you. That's like next level. It's next level. Come on. Medical science explained conditions. That's the one. The fall of the freak show. I don't know why I was reading the slideshow when I have my own notes. So by the 1900s, freak shows started to collapse, mostly because medical science started to explain a lot of the conditions, and they were like, wait a minute, that's not a dog boy. That's not Jojo the dog-faced boy. That's just a boy with lots of hair on his face. So I guess it wasn't mysterious anymore, and the magic was kind of gone. And people started like being like, wait, so that's just a real child that you've kept locked up for the last 10 years and made them perform and bark like a dog? So, you know, people found their moral compass eventually. And disability rights movements pushed back hard, and new entertainment like film and TV. I'm gonna be honest, I think it was mostly the film and TV that made people start going to the freak show, and not the activists. Made freak shows feel outdated. Yeah, you didn't have to put money into a dead guy's mouth anymore. You could just put money into a teenager's hand and go watch one of those fancy movies on the big screen, those moving pictures. But yeah, the legacy of freak shows is kind of complicated. Freak shows were exploitative, but they also gave a lot of performers money and independence, and a community that they couldn't find anywhere else. So it's kind of like, what do you do? Like, for some people, this was their only option at the time, and they would have just ended up in asylum and died alone. Yeah. Do they still exist, freak shows? I am familiar with like a couple, but it's mostly people that want to make money off their condition, which, hey, if you're deciding to do that, then hell yeah, make your bag. But most of them, the one I'm thinking of the one that comes to the Fringe Festival in Australia, like the Fringe Festivals a lot, and it's the one with the lizard guy. The skeleton boy used to travel a lot. He also became a model, I think, after the fact, but he used to be in a lot of freak shows before he passed. So they still exist, but not to the same extent, and probably, I mean, hopefully without the same conditions. Hey, this guy wasn't raised by wolves. Wait a minute, this woman's not a bear. Yeah. Entire, yeah. Okay, I made another spelling mistake, sue me. I was trying to write entirely. I made a spelling mistake. I'm sorry. We made it through. We made it through. So what do you think about that? Huh? Let me move back into the middle. Haha, it's me. It's me, Mira. So who wants to start a freak show and make some money? It's more alternative performers. That's what I was gonna say. A lot of them are like tattooed, or the people that like putting what do you call those? Body mods, basically body modifications. I have seen a bearded woman. Fun history lesson. Thank you. That was fascinating. I'm glad you liked it. Like I said, dark history is one of my favorite things to do, because I just love researching and then info dumping on everyone. Can I be the dog? Woof woof. I have seen a bearded lady. I have seen a strong man, obviously. But it's mostly body mods and tattoos now, I believe. Or like the split tongue. Let's go. I can swallow so many things. I've always wanted to learn to swallow swords. How hard can it be? I always see people doing it. Can't be that hard. Just lube up the sword with your spit and then stick it all the way down. And don't move once you do that. I wish I could learn to do that. I love your eyes. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. I think you can make a history of lawnmowers. But thank you. I appreciate the sentiment. I heard bodybuilding presentations started on Freakshows. That makes sense. Like the strongman? I can see that. Body mod, flame eaters, sword eaters, stuff like that. Flame eaters, that would be cool. I'd be worried. What about those people that are able to regurgitate stuff? That's a cool talent. Like, how do you do that? Like the people that swallow rings and stuff and then regurgitate them? When was the last time you saw someone do it? Swallow a sword? It's been a while. You're right. It's been a while, but come on. People obviously do it. I mean, I don't go out anymore, so who knows? But I used to go to the Fringe Festival a lot and watch all the attractions there. The Garden of Unearthly Delights. Ooh. Practice or natural talent? It's gotta be like maybe a combo of both, unless you sat there and you were like, I needed to learn how to regurgitate stuff. But I feel like it's gotta be partly natural talent. I saw someone swallow sausages and then launch them back. All right. I've seen something similar with ping pong balls. If you don't know, try looking up Lucky Diamond Rich. He's a sideshow performer who juggles chains. Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that. Mira, no. I'm sorry. I can sleep in any place. I wish I could. Must take some innate mental control of the organs or something. Yeah, you've got to like learn how to control it. Cause doesn't what's that emo magician? Not Chris Angel. Chris Angel's emo looking, but this guy's just emo. David Blaine? Is David Blaine the one that's always like monotone? He's like, for my next trick, I'm gonna lock myself in a box for 5 days. That guy, he can do it. And he's like, I just trained myself to not breathe for 23 minutes. You know, hey, you saw that one on Oprah, right? And the one where he's like, I just trained my body to regurgitate stuff that I need. Chris Angel is just always emo. He just looks emo. But my mom was adamant that Chris Angel was the devil. She's like, people can't do that. He's the devil. and then all those clips of like when they would like edit it incorrectly, and you would see Chris Angel in the background while someone else was floating across the embankment. Someone was like, "Is that Chris Angel in the background?" They were like, one take, no cuts. They were lying. But it was fun when Chris Angel and David Blaine were like, well, I think it was only Chris Angel. Chris Angel was in a competition with David Blaine, but David Blaine did not give a shit. I'm sure Chris Angel is a very cheery person normally. Oh yeah, for sure. I've seen interviews with him and he seems like chill. He seems a bit self-obsessed, but I suppose you have to be such a famous musician. Magician. But David Blaine is so boring. I think his magic, I mean, some of his magic is cool, but a lot of his events are more like feats of mental strength, I think. Like being in like being in the cold for like X amount of days, or not eating for X amount of days. I feel like that's less magic and more like mental stuff. David Blaine was his Oshi. I think he might, well, was he? I don't know. I think he was upset that David Blaine was so popular. Because Chris Angel was like, I'm Chris Angel! That's how he sounds in my head. The power of being locked in. Yeah. I will say the breathing one was really impressive. The one that he did on Oprah in the bowl, in the orb. Where he was just like, again! Quite boring to watch, right? Because he just had his eyes closed and was just floating there the entire time, just like, and everyone's just like, you can just hear murmuring in the background, and it's like, well, thanks for the stories. Hey, that was history. That wasn't stories. That was true. Mental or physical fortitude. Yeah, exactly. I hear Calypso doing stuff in his gooning drawer. What are you doing in there, mister? There was beef between them. Yeah, they were always trying to one-up each other, and I believe it culminated in Chris Angel doing a physical feat of strength in New York City from memory. Let me see if I can find it. Chris Angel feat of mental strength trick. I think he was just in a box, not eating. Yeah, he was in a plexiglass sheet, which was nearly invisible and submerged in water. No, not that one. We know that. We know he was walking on water. Let's be for real. I think he didn't eat or drink in a box over New York. Or was he underwater? No! Oh, I lied! He was in water with an oxygen mask. Water oxygen mask trick. I can't remember. No, he didn't win. Because he would always call out David Blaine, and David Blaine would never acknowledge him. He spent 24 hours submerged in water in a tank with an oxygen tube for breathing. At the end of the stunt, the tube was removed and he had to escape from the chains like Houdini. Everyone's copying Houdini. And the trick was designed to look like a life or death escape where he was on his last breath. I will say, I can't imagine being submerged for 24 hours with an oxygen thing and then having to escape. Like, not eating, not drinking. I feel like the lethargy would probably get to you and then having to do that. Like, I can go without eating for 24 hours. But not like submerged in water. You're probably like removed from society. You're just with your thoughts for 24 hours and then you have to escape. That feels like a lot. Gooning draw. My bird Calypso has a draw that he really likes. And his favorite part of the day is when he's finished playing with me, he runs into his drawer and then he like nests. I can hear him building a little nest. Skin would be so wrinkled. I love how that would be your focus. Chris Angel comes over for a hug and you're like, you're so wrinkly. The sensory deprivation. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Sensory deprivation. I feel like that probably made it worse. But I don't think it's the most amazing trick. The David Blaine ones are kind of cool. But again, mental feat more so than anything else. I'd need to piss after 20 minutes doing that. Just pee in the water. Just pee in the water. You trained for that. Oh, yeah, for sure. But it's also kind of funny because Chris Angel's magic does not have anything to do with this generally. But he just wanted to keep up with David Blaine. And then David Blaine was like, boom, I didn't breathe for 15 minutes. Wait, how long did David Blaine hold his breath? 17 minutes and 4 seconds. 4.4 seconds. The Guinness World Record was set after breathing pure oxygen beforehand, a practice known as static apnea. Yeah, crazy. But I just, when he talks, I zone out. It's like white noise. It's like, I want to like him. I want to like him. But he's so emotionless. It's kind of scary. At least Chris Angel put on that pizzazz. He was a weirdo, though. Also, one of Blaine's tricks wasn't even a trick. When they put the hooks in his back, that's a thing that people do. That's not a magic trick. Anyway. Magic! Circus! Mirror deprivation is worth... Stop! Stop flirting with me like that. The more you know. Yeah. I would be so wrinkly. So Chris won the rivalry. No, he didn't. I think he eventually gave up. They did they took a photo together. I don't know why I know this. I feel like, so when I'm working on stuff, I usually have like, just like documentaries or like videos that like, what are they called? Like the videos people make on YouTube. They're not like fully documentaries, but you know, just playing. And I'm pretty sure there was one about Chris Angel and, David Blaine, and I'm pretty sure they took a photo together, and Chris Angel posted it, and David Blaine refused to post it, and then Chris Angel's team contacted him and was like, can you post it? Video essays. Yeah, video essays. And then he was like, no. In that monotone voice, he was like, no. So, yeah. You like jizz? No, they're not vlogs. Vlogs are video logs. Yeah, like deep dives and video essays. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, because there's no way I'm not into magic like that sort of magic, at least. Witchcraft, probably. I mean, definitely. But not that sort of magic. So the fact that I know all this is definitely because someone else told me about it. Chris Angel at least had a cool theme. Light Freak! That was with his band, right? He started a band. With his rock band. Houdini? Houdini was cool. Houdini! Didn't he die doing a trick? Houdini did like actual magic, quote-unquote magic trick. Dude is cursed to get gnawed by him for the rest of his life. Yep. Mira has her own kind of magic. Yes, I hypnotize people. Circus! Deep dive into Mira. I beg your pardon? I wouldn't mind Mira using witchcraft on me. Hey, I was just telling some of my friends the other day. They're like, what are you gonna do for the... Oh, actually, no, I did this on Chandra's stream. Never mind. Chandra's stream. I'm doing a cleansing and a road opening spell. Like, this year needs to be over ASAP for me, please. I'm cleansing everything. David Copperfield. I don't know much about David Copperfield. I won't lie. You could bewitch me. Stop! Why are you flirting with me? Please hypnotize me, uwu. I wish I could hypnotize people. Apparently only a certain people can be hypnotized. Hit us with it too if you can. This year can't end faster. Right? I want it to be over. We need a fresh start. New year, new me. Just kidding. New year, same me. New year, same me. Still unhinged. Still mentally unhinged. How do I... Wild. Mira doesn't need to bewitch me. Nah, thank you. Will Mira cleanse chat of dirty thoughts? Well, that would be no fun. That would be no fun. You can keep your thoughts. Why wouldn't we flirt? Stop. New Year's still our beloved sexy clown. Wait, you love me. You really love me. All right. Shall we end for today? Oh. Let us end for today. Tomorrow we're doing karaoke. Did I? Yeah, I did. Okay. I have been on top of my waiting rooms. Did you notice? I've been putting my waiting rooms up on time. It's been stressful. But I'll get back into the swing of it. It's taking a minute to readjust to YouTube. But I'm trying my gosh darn hardest. But tomorrow we're doing karaoke. And then we'll be doing balloon animals the following day. That was very cool and informative, Mira. Thanks a lot. No, thank you. Mira karaoke. Thank you. Also, I do sometimes miss the stream elements donos, and I do sincerely apologize. So let me just double check if I missed anything today. I'm sorry if I have. I'm still trying to figure out why the sound doesn't trigger, but I will figure that out this weekend when I have some more time to figure it out. Conrad, thank you. 1 ticket to Mira's Dark Freak Show. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I believe I missed yours yesterday. We are down for the clown. So thank you for that too. And Pretech, thank you. And Conrad again, thank you. I'm so sorry if I missed these. I apologize. But we will figure it out. We will figure it out and there will be noise. Do you have a theme down for karaoke tomorrow? I thought I might just do some of my favorite songs. And then we'll move on to some themed karaoke. But tomorrow you'll just get a taste of what I'm into. Well, you already had a taste of what I'm into. What music I'm into. All right, let me see if there's anyone for me to raid. On YouTube, we will raid into Honey. Please enjoy her milk today. That's a weird sentence. Why is no one ever online when I stream? I can't win. Can't wait to hear some of your favorites. It's just good, Charlotte. Hey, Paranorma's live. I love Paranorma. She's a New Zealander. We will forgive her for that. We'll forgive her for being a New Zealander. Make sure, if you're over on Twitch, make sure you say hi. She's super lovely and super nice. If you're on YouTube, make sure to say something lovely to Honey in the chat. And make sure to check her out. I will be lurking as I usually am in her streams. All right. Thank you guys so much for today. I love Dark History so much. And I hope you had as much fun as I do making these. And hopefully we have a lot more coming up. Oh, damn it. I need to refresh the page to get Paranorma back. Bye, Mira. Take care. Thank you. Thank you. I will give you kisses in a moment. Let me just get this ready so that we can raid Paranorma. All right. We're ready with Paranorma. Raid's almost ready over on Twitch. And on YouTube, you know what to do. All right. I will see you tomorrow for some morning karaoke. Tomorrow, I'm live at 10 a.m. Australian time. So, like, 3 hours. 3.5 hours. Oh my God, I'm so bad at time zones. Jesus. 3-ish hours. After 3 hours after the time we've been streaming all week. Because it's a weekend. I'm gonna let you enjoy your weekend for a little bit. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Be good. Stay safe. Don't do anything I would do. I love you. Goodbye.